bitters. Pretty short. Simple syrup.
Nice. Hey guys, good morning, and we are on the way, actually just passing the New Market Battlefield. That's pretty cool. It's right off Interstate 81. We're heading north, and we're going to go up to a Virginia distillery, Murlarkey. So we're looking forward to this. We've got reservations to try cocktails.
That would be fun and interesting.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's they make whiskey, they make bourbon, but they also make gin and vodka. So this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah, be a good
New
time.
adventure.
See you in a little bit. So we got here to Murlarkey in Bristow, Virginia. It is very, very cold and windy, but at least it's clear and it's not snowing and frosted and all that kind of stuff. And we're gonna head on in right now. Looks like there's somebody up there filming. I don't know who that is, but this place is pretty cool, but who is this guy right here?
I don't know. He looks pretty familiar to me, but
He does, like a movie star or
just
something?
can't place it. Yeah, somebody
Yeah.
famous.
Yeah. Oh, like maybe, that's not JR from Vegas Tips and Tricks, is it?
No.
Somebody maybe even more famous than that?
Possibly.
Oh. Andy Goodspeed?
I'm pretty sure it's not Andy.
No,
No,
he's
Andy.
he's not. No, he would have told me he's come down here, but you know,
Right.
I don't know. We'll figure it out here in a minute.
Yeah.
Do you think that guy's like Burt Reynolds? I guess he's a little bit too young for Burt Reynolds. But
I think, I'm positive, but I think it's PJ from PJ Slots and Entertainment.
it is. What in the heck is he doing here? Of course, I think he lives up here.
Yeah.
So there he is again.
Hello, sir. Do I know you?
Oh my God! Holy cow! What are you guys doing here? Hello,
Hello, PJ.
Tina and Walt. Hey,
Yes.
buddy, give me a hug.
Yeah, we're getting a big hug from big old PJ.
That is
So it
amazing.
took us a
You
while to
guys
figure-
drove all the way up here just to see me, right?
Absolutely.
We thought you were Burt Reynolds.
You know, I'm gonna check my Trans Am out front. You must have saw that when you came in.
That's right.
That was very cool.
This is Kevin, the head distiller. Introduce yourself.
Kevin Zadie, Head Distiller here at Murlarkey. I'll walk you through the process we do here, so come on back.
Nice.
Before we do everything, our production area here. Everything we do starts over here. It's our mash tun. We take 1,000 pounds of grain, 350 gallons of water, and we heat it up. It says a steam jacket on here, so steam heats all that up. What we're doing with that heat and enzymes, we're breaking down the starches into sugar. If you don't have sugar, you can't make alcohol, basically. Starch is a bunch of sugar molecules hooked together, so that heat and enzymes are going to break those apart to give us a fermentable sugar.
Nice.
It takes about 5 hours or so to heat that up and break down those starches and those fermentable sugars. Then we're going to pump it over into one of the 4 fermenters we've got over here. This guy's actually working. These two are actually going. See, that's actual fermentation happening right now. So we're going to pump the mash over. It's going to be about 130 degrees. We need to cool it down to about 85 degrees. That's a great temperature for yeast to thrive in. So yeast is actually a living organism. It's asleep in my refrigerator right now. So when I get it down to that 85 degrees, I'm going to climb up on top there and put about 2.5 pounds of yeast into the mash I've got here. This yeast is going to wake up in this warm environment, nice and cozy, 85 degrees, and go through a big reproductive cycle. Make a huge colony of yeast. The yeast then starts eating that sugar, turns to alcohol, and then CO2 is a byproduct of it. That's the CO2 coming out right there. All the bubbling. Oops, sorry. So if we didn't have it going in the water there to dissipate, we'd all be getting headaches right now and passing out because CO2 would be sitting in the air right there. So basically that's the byproduct going in there, it dissipates in that water. So it takes about 5 days for the yeast to eat through all that sugar and turn to the alcohol. Then it kind of comes together, falls asleep, goes to the bottom of the tank. So I always tell people for review, life cycle of yeast is it wakes up, it has an orchard, it eats a big meal, and it goes to sleep. So if there's anything to reincarnation, keep that in mind. 5 days, even though it's not a long life, it's a pretty damn good one. So
Yeah.
at the end of those 5 days, I'm left with what's called a distiller's beer. It's not really a beer you want to drink. Corn's floating in it. We do everything on grain. It's very sour, but it's officially considered a distiller's beer, and it's about 10.5% alcohol at this point. So from there, I've got that 10.5% alcohol. I'm going to pump it over into my still, and this is actually where the distillation actually happens, where we start making the hard alcohol. So distillation is basically separating things by their boiling points. Alcohol boils at 173, water boils at 212. In between here, I'm boiling all the alcohol off, leaving the water and the grains behind in my pot. Once again, a steam jacket on this guy. I heat it up, the alcohol starts evaporating, the vapor rises up through my head there. And all according to what I'm making, I direct it to one of the different toys I've got in the middle here. This first guy, that's my gin basket. We use that for when we make our gin or when we make our salsa whiskey. We open that guy up and stuff all the botanicals or all the fresh ingredients for salsa in there. Close it up, heat it up, the alcohol vapor rises up through all those fresh ingredients, pulls the flavors out of there, goes in, comes out either our gin or our salsa whiskey at the end. So everything ends at the far end there. That's the condenser. That's got coils inside there with cold water going around it. The alcohol vapor goes in there, hits that cold water bath around it, condenses from a gas down to a liquid again, come out the whiskey, the gin, the vodka, whatever we're making.
Okay.
Now today I'm actually making a bourbon mash, so I'm skipping the gin basket. And you see I've got it turned on top there. The alcohol vapor is dropping down through this middle column, rising up through this guy. The big tall one, that's my vodka column for making vodka. Each of the portholes you see on those two reflux columns have the copper plate inside of there. With that copper plate, there are perforations on it called bubble caps. What's happening, the alcohol vapor is rising up, it's hitting that copper plate, condensing back down to a liquid, heating up again, the pure alcohol is rising up to that next plate. So constantly there's stuff dripping back down to purify, and the pure stuff is rising back up. So it's basically constantly getting purer and purer, and the higher up it goes, the pure alcohol gets. Then eventually it gets through and goes over to my condenser. The vodka column is so tall because vodka by law has got to be 190 proof off the still. So it takes 16 of those plates, we'd get up to 190 proof that comes off my still when we're making vodka, almost pure ethanol. So the higher up you go, the purer it gets, the higher proof it gets, but also the less flavor it gets. Vodka is a neutral spirit. It really shouldn't taste like anything. So at 192 proof, almost pure ethanol, it really doesn't taste like anything at all. Oh, and check out. It's a good trick, that's for sure. That's why the whiskey column is shorter. I want to keep all that flavor in there. By going through only 4 of those plates, it comes out very clean but very flavorful. You're getting the sweetness of the corn, the spiciness of the rye, earthiness, the tobacco from our malted barley basically that's coming out.
Nice.
Now everything that comes off the still is not something you want to drink. The first 2 gallons or so are what's called heads. That's acetones, methanols, the stuff that boils below 173. You always hear those rumors, you drink that, you're going to die or go blind. Not really true, but if you drink those heads next to you, wish you'd gone blind or died. It'd be the worst hangover you ever had because you're drinking nail polish remover, basically. That's what that acetones and methanol is.
Yeah.
After those 2 gallons or so, we separate that out. We're actually going to use that to clean. When people leave here, we spray down the tables, about 170 proof, kills everything, including COVID. So we actually use everything here. If you want to see me cry, pour some alcohol down that drain there. We're going to find a use for everything. After those 2 gallons of heads, what comes out next is called the heart of the run. And that's the good tasting alcohol that we want to bottle or put in barrel to drink. We're going to get about 75 gallons of 100 proof alcohol of every run we do. Remember we started, we had 500 gallons of 10.5% alcohol. I'm going to get about 75 gallons of that 100 proof or 50% alcohol in every run that I do. Towards the end of those 75 gallons, it starts shifting a little bit. It starts smelling like a wet dog, tastes like wet cardboard. That's called the tails of the run. We don't want that alcohol, we don't want that flavor in alcohol, so I'm going to separate that out as well. And then the next time I do a still run, I'm going to open it up and put those tails in there. So once again, there's good alcohol in there that I can get and recuperate after that. So once again, we're not wasting anything.
Cool.
Now, opening what we're making, we've got 2 mash bills here. We've got 100% corn for our vodka, for our gin, and for our flavor infusions. Then we've got 70% corn, 20% rye, 10% apple and sugar with smoked malted barley for our aged whiskeys. Now, opening what we're making, we do different things with it. If we're making our infused whiskeys, we're going to fill up these barrels with 100% corn whiskey. And then, let's see, alternating what we're making, we're going to put fresh ingredients in here. This is our cinnamon whiskey. 18 pounds of cinnamon sticks, and that's it. No added sugars, colors, flavors, preservatives.
That is amazing.
Just cinnamon. So you don't have to go to the dentist the next day when because you got a cavity from all the sugars some of those other people put in there. You're not going to get that brutal hangover. And if you're making cocktails, you're not putting sweet on top of sweet. So you can always add sugar to this, but you can't take it away if the sugar was in there.
Yeah.
These are all natural. Whatever it says on our bottles is what goes into the whiskey.
How long do you let it sit while it's...
So for the cinnamon, it's typically about 5 to 6 weeks. We've got orange one here. This is dehydrated orange wheels. Once again, all natural. And we use dehydrated because fresh ones have a bunch of water in there that would dilute the alcohol, or with the water, proof it down. But this gets rehydrated with the alcohol, so all those sugars that are in there that are out front because it's dehydrated come out and you get really nice taste and flavor to it. Once again, orange and lemon are about 5 to 6 weeks. Our 3 tea and our coffee are about 24 hours. We're basically making a big pot of tea with whiskey instead of water. Black Darjeeling and Earl Grey teas, or we're making a big pot of coffee with whiskey instead of water.
Okay.
We use a dark Guatemalan roast from a local coffee roaster here to make our coffee with it. One that takes the longest is our banana whiskey. That one we use dehydrated baby banana fingers. So when we first tried banana, I tried yellow bananas, peeled them, put them in a bag. They mushed everywhere, clogged up the filters. We actually found at Trader Joe's. They're all natural, and they sell them as a snack. They're about this big, dehydrated baby banana fingers. They're really good, but they take about 2 months because they're very dense. So it takes quite a while for a banana to come through. That takes the longest out of all of our infusions. Now when we're doing our aged whiskeys, we've got a couple different ones of those. We've got our Birthright Bourbon, which goes into new charred oak barrels. Basically 53-gallon, full-size, number 4 char on them. We put it in the barrels at 110 proof, so it's a low entry proof, which is good. Basically, we age everything outside in the parking lot in our steel shipping containers. We call them our redneck brick houses. So they're really great because it's a metal box. So in the summer, it gets super hot. In the winter, it gets super cold. So we're getting the extreme cycles of heat and cold throughout the year. When it gets hot, the pores on the wood open up. Whiskey goes deep, real deep into the char, you can kind of see that whiskey line?
Yeah.
Almost basically up to the end of the barrel here. That's after 2.5 years. So that goes super deep in there with all that heat. When it gets cold, like it is now, those pores are going to close up. It's going to push that whiskey out of that barrel. That's why Tennessee, Kentucky, Virginia, great climates for bourbon. The more change of temperature, the more is filtered in and out that basically the sugar char that's been charred up, and then the oak and coming out of it. So the more you get change of temperatures going in and out, they're getting color and flavor in it.
Awesome.
Even in the spring and fall, when it's cold in the morning and hot in the afternoon, you're getting that in and out. So those extreme cycles give us really good flavors.
Yeah.
Even, you know, basically we just put our first batch of bourbon out at 2.5 years. We've got a bunch that's getting older. It's going to get older as time goes, but even at 2.5 years, we get great flavor out of this because of those changes of heat and cycles of cold in there. We've got another set of aged whiskeys we call our heritage whiskey. We take Virginia red wine barrels, we open them up, pour some of that 170 proof heads in there, light it on fire, and we char the red wine barrel ourselves. Ooh. So I get to make whiskey and light stuff on fire, so it's good to be me.
Yeah.
So we let it go for about a good 4 or 5 minutes, get a nice dark char in there, kind of like these. We try to go for like a number 4 char. Hard part is putting that barrel back together and make sure it doesn't leak. There are no nails or anything on these things, it's all pressure. So it's me with the hammer and chisel, hammering these rings back on there to make sure it presses down, especially on that head, and make sure that we don't have any leaks. So obviously we fill it with water first, make sure it doesn't leak before we put the whiskey in there. Then we age that out there.
Cool.
We've got a third aged whiskey we call Smokehouse Whiskey. So that one we take basically staves from the barrels, cut them up in little pieces, put them in the top of a smoker, 10 pounds of slab bacon at the bottom of the smoker, smoke that bacon for 8 hours. All that smoke gets in that wood. Take that wood, put in a bag like we do with these infusions, and put in a barrel of our heritage whiskey for about 2 months. So it's barbecue in a bottle. We're the only ones dumb enough to do something with bacon, smoke, wood, whiskey.
Hey, who doesn't like bacon?
So it goes great in a Bloody Mary, and a really good in an old fashioned as well.
I can imagine.
Which is nice. So, you know, one thing too, you know, we're talking about different changes of temperatures in here. We've got no automation on any of our stuff here. I do everything by smell and taste.
Wow.
In the summertime, when we're running everything, it can be 125, 130 degrees in here. There's no air conditioning. So it's super hot. In the winter, it can be 60 degrees back here. So I've got to do stuff differently based on the ambient temperature around the still. I've got to adjust things differently in order to get that consistent flavor we're going for. So once again, everything's by smell and taste. That's the art, guided by science, we call it. It's, you know, do I need to make an adjustment? Do I like the taste? Is the flavor where it should be and part of the run, and go from there. So, you know, everything is handcrafted here from beginning to end, and, you know, we put our souls, our love, everything into it and go from there.
Man, that's awesome.
That's kind of it in a nutshell. Any questions on what we do, how we do it?
How long have you been doing this?
So I've been doing this a little over 5 years. We've been around 6 years, so I came not too much longer after they started up and everything. So,
Cool.
yeah, everyone asks how I got into it. You know, I may or may not have started making moonshine about 16 years ago in my backyard, and the rest is history, basically. So
Weren't you doing that too?
it's all good.
Yeah.
allegedly.
That's really, man, I appreciate you
Any
giving
questions
us
or anything? Absolutely.
the
No,
tour,
that's
because
great, Kevin. Nice,
that was
very
good.
cool.
We've been on some tours, but what you just explained was one of the best that
good.
I've
I
heard.
appreciate
It's
that.
really awesome.
You know, we try to make, you know, get a little education in there, but also have fun with it and everything too. And, you know,
Yeah.
hopefully the passion is showing through too. I mean, I wake up every
100.
day and say, I get to go to work today, not I have to go to work.
Now, see,
I get-
that's
I get to
amazing.
come make whiskey every day. And you know,
Right.
the hard part about this job is that quality control. If I don't take Uber home, it was a bad day at work. I need to do more quality control tomorrow and do better. So, all good. So.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate
No,
that.
most definitely.
Whole lot.
And you're in for a treat out here. I mean, Poppy is an amazing mixologist. I mean, he was a 5-star chef in New York City his whole career.
Cool. Yeah.
We're lucky to have him here. He thinks in flavors, so the cocktails he comes up with are top notch.
I bet.
Can't be beat.
Well, we
basically.
can't wait. That'd be
They came
awesome.
all the way up from Rona.
We're trying what is this called?
This is the salsa.
The salsa. So we want to see what PJ thinks of this. Go ahead. See. Oh, did you already get
Oh,
it?
I did my shot already because I was that anxious. You can smell it salsa right away, and it's very smooth though. I thought it was not burning at all. Very, very smooth. It was. I think she said it would go good with a Bloody Mary.
Yeah, and that's what you're gonna. No, you're doing it with the smokehouse.
Yeah, I'm doing the Bloody Mary with the Smokehouse Whiskey, but
Yeah.
I'm tasting
Taste it.
salsa.
See what it tastes
And
like.
he's right, like you can smell it
It smells
right
like
away.
salsa, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. So it has has a hint. I can smell it more than taste it, but you definitely has that taste, that salsa taste. So it's good. It's very light, actually.
There'll be more in depth.
This is the salsa, but it's supposed to be vodka.
Yes.
I like that. That salsa. Is it vodka?
I'm sorry,
Or
what
the salsa?
No,
It's
it's
a-
our white whiskey. All
Oh,
our
white whiskey.
are made with
Nice,
whiskey.
nice. Okay, gotcha. White whiskey. All right, cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers to Murlarkey. This is good.
Yes.
Man, that is a great old fashioned.
That is a good looking pork rind.
I got a pork rind too.
Smokehouse Old Fashioned. It came with a pork rind and a beef stick. I already wolfed that down. And this is very good. A little on the sweet side, which is surprising, but you can definitely taste the smokiness of it. And that is definitely the overwhelming flavor of the whole thing. It really comes through really nice. So, cheers, America and Canada.
I just tried PJ's smoky. What was it called? The Smokehouse?
Smokehouse barbecue
Old-fashioned.
whiskey. Old fashioned, yeah. Smokehouse Old Fashioned.
And that was really good because it gives it that little bacon barbecue taste with the old fashioned, which is pretty unusual, but very good.
Yeah,
Very
Kevin
good.
was telling us they smoke it and they throw in what, like 20 pounds of bacon
Yeah,
and cook this puppy up.
that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. And tell us about your.
This is the Smokehouse Barbecue Bloody Mary. And as you can see, it has all kinds of goodies in it. Basically a whole meal. Got you some cucumber, lemon, a pork rind,
Oh, yummy.
and then a beef stick.
Yum, yum.
And then I'm not sure what type of salt that
It's
is.
probably maybe a little paprika, pepper. Did you try it?
I have
Take a
not
lick.
tried it yet.
It's kind of like that
Oh.
stuff that I had tahini. It's tahini.
Tahini?
I bet it is. It's tahini,
Quite
which
spicy.
I know that because I went to the Fuel Bar in Las Vegas,
Oh, yeah.
and instead of salt, they put tahini or something like that. So we'll look it up, and put a link or something.
All right, we got Walt hitting on the young ladies that work here at Murlarkey Distillery.
Well, look at that smile.
Hi, I am Linda. Come and visit us at Murlarkey.
Yeah, she's great. She's
That's
great.
Walt.
Yeah, that's Walt.
That's the jealous wife.
Tina's got a good smile too.
Yes, she does. She's gorgeous. Take
This place
care.
is great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so introduce yourself to us.
How you doing today? I'm Tom Murray. I'm one of the co-founders and owners of Murlarkey Distilled Spirits. Murlarkey comes from an anagram of three families. We're all second generation Irish, and our grandparents were the Kellys. So one Kelly girl married a Murray, the other Kelly girl married a Larkin. So our generation, Murray, Larkin, Kelly, we put together to come up with Murlarkey. And we've been at this now since about 2016. We opened our doors, formed the company in 2014, a couple years of regulation to get through and so forth. 2016, we opened our doors, and it's just been a hell of a ride since then. We're having a lot of fun with it. So,
Yeah.
thanks for coming in today,
Oh.
and I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you enjoyed your stay, and Next time you're in town, roll Murlarkey. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
What are you drinking there, Tina?
It's a chocolate covered strawberry. That's what it's called. Chocolate covered strawberry.
And does that not look marvelous?
My
Yes.
goodness. How can you, like, this is like Valentine's Day, like wrapped in a nice little beautiful package.
Can you top that gift, Walt?
I can't top it.
Honey,
There's no
this is for
way.
you.
Wow.
Someone's getting lucky tonight.
All right, there you are.
Thank you very much. What did you get?
That's cinnamon crunch.
Alright, there's this one.
I really don't want anybody to know that I ordered this. It's going to totally ruin the Frontiersman's reputation.
Nah, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with a little sweet treat after a heavy day of drinking.
And it's a cinnamon crunch. It's got like cinnamon whiskey, like Fireball. Or,
We'll find out.
and what is that?
This is a sidecar. It's just a traditional drink. It's a little step, probably a step down from an old fashioned, but delicious as hell. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
I like yours better. Cheers. Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't even
So-
have words for that.
This-
That's amazing.
Little orange liqueur, as you can taste. It's kind of a strong lemony taste. But what's my whiskey? It's the Heritage Whiskey, which Walt likes. He likes the Heritage Whiskey.
Yeah, it's not bad.
This is pretty good. It's called a sidecar. It's got Lillet in it, which I have no idea what Lillet is. It must be some kind of like a. I have no.
We'll ask
I'm
our
clueless.
friend over here.
We'll find out.
What is
What's Lillet? Come in here and help
What
us
was
out.
that?
Lillet. What is
What is
Lillet?
that? It's like
Is that like like a flower Lillet?
Lillet? It's a, no, it's a liqueur.
It's a liqueur.
Yes.
I don't know what
How
that
we
tastes
doing?
like. I would need a shot of liqueur.
It is great. This
to know
This
what the
is
flavor is.
amazing.
Yes.
Oh my
I didn't
God,
know they
look
were
at
going
that.
sweet. I went with a sidecar. I
that.
feel out.
Well, I
An
tricked
outsider.
everybody. I actually ordered something else and then went up and changed my mind. 'Cause
Are you happy? Was that a good
Oh,
change?
this is amazing, but it's going to ruin my reputation.
Listen, you know what? This makes us sweeter. Can I clear those for you?
You can take this. I know I won't drink that one because
Well, guys, this stuff,
I'm gonna photobomb this. Photo video is.
this stuff, this drink is amazing. That's probably one of the best.
That is a delicious caramel drink. Ben and Jerry's would be proud of this.
Oh yeah,
Ben and
Oh,
Jerry's
yeah.
would like
It-
this.
it-
They could probably make this an ice cream.
cinnamon, caramel. I mean, I can't even explain it.
Let's see. What
But all I know is y'all better get here to Murlarkey and get you a daggone drink. Book it on a Saturday
What is
or
that? That is the,
whenever. It's on the new. It's a special.
Oh, it's
one
on-
of the
hold on.
specials.
It's in your nation's capital.
Yeah, it's in the nation's capital.
It is the,
cinnamon crunch time.
Cinnamon crunch time, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this correctly in case you want to make this
Yeah.
at home. Cinnamon whiskey, caramel infusion, caramel macchiato creamer, and a cinnamon cookie.
I wonder if you could
PJ's
put some
Cocktails.
ranchada in there.
PJ's cocktails.
Yes.
We might see this on a future episode.
It needs to be. You need to figure
I
out
might
how
have
to
to
make
take
it.
this home.
And then it's got the cinnamon cookie. Like,
Yes.
like
we
I
did
need.
mention we did mention the cinnamon cookie. Caramel macchiato. Sounds like something Starbucks might be. Bring in your own bottle of cinnamon whiskey and add it to your caramel macchiato.
I will say this. This has been a really, really cool experience here at Murlarkey. I mean, there's a lot of people here having a really good time, tasting some really good drinks. What do you call them? The bartenders are just
Mixologists.
a
Mixologists.
mix.
Yep.
PJ says it correctly. They are
They are mixologists, professional mixologists.
Yes.
Magicians.
They are magicians. They are
Staff
magicians.
calls them magicians.
They're amazing.
Let's
He distilled it correctly.
That's right. Make sure they like it. I say they keep me in the back for a reason. You do not want me making the cocktails. I can make the base whiskeys and everything.
Man, it was so good. Like,
I think he's getting a picture of you here.
I never order like
Oh yeah,
drinks like that because I usually like I'll just do pours of whiskey
But aren't
and
they good
stuff.
though? Aren't they-
But I even did a little pour of the.
Excellent.
This guy's amazing.
Oh, absolutely. Yes. He's an artist.
Did they tell you who I am?
And
Yeah, Poppy.
This is my world.
All right. I need a fist bump on that. There you go.
Poppy's the man.
He is the man.
He's
He
an
did a great
artist.
job.
He's an artist.
But I usually just get pours of whiskey.
He
You guys read this? Put that up.
sucked this down.
Let's see if I can get this at an angle where I can read it.
Got it? That's the problem with the world. Everybody's 2 drinks behind.
I'm 2 drinks behind.
But anyway, what I was saying, I just like the pours, but I will say that the pour of the what was that?
The birthright?
Not the birthright. That was really good.
Yeah, isn't that good?
That was really good, and I was actually surprised because
Yeah, we're happy, especially at 2.5 years old. Like having that heat inside
Yes.
the heart, it got really better flavor than you'd expect for someone that's 2.5
that's
years
exactly
old.
what I said. I said it is young, you can tell.
Yeah, he did say
But
the
it's
flavors are there.
full of flavor,
Yeah.
and I was
It's complex. It's not one-dimensional. It's not thin and only one note flavor. You get all the different layers on it, which is really
Yes,
good.
and I was really. Oh, I like. I liked every single
Bloody
thing.
Mary with the
Oh
smokehouse.
yeah, so good.
I did the old-fashioned smokehouse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's amazing too. You
Yeah.
can't go wrong. Any of the old fashions here are amazing. We have people do it with the orange whiskey.
Oh,
You've
yeah.
already got the orange in there.
Yeah.
The
I did that
heritage,
with
the
the
bourbon, the
sidecar.
smokehouse are amazing. So
Yeah.
you can't go wrong.
Awesome.
But good stuff. Glad you guys enjoyed it and
Yeah,
everything.
thank you so
Good.
much.
Yes.
Well,
Thank
good.
you so
Appreciate you guys
much.
coming out and everything. Hopefully we'll see you again.
Thanks, Kevin. I know we were lucky to get here
Absolutely.
early.
Yeah, that's great though. Glad you guys made it. That's tremendous.
And you're closing out the video. You're gonna start it and you're gonna close it out.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Hey, out in Bristow, Virginia, come on down and see us. Be happy to talk to you. Great whiskey, great vodka, great gin. We got it all. Come on down.
Master
Thank
Distiller.
There you go.
Master Distiller.
I will say this. First, we gotta get into some sun. But come over here, guys.
We joining you? Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
I'll tell you what. It was a great. Guys, have fun. It was great.
You're gonna love it in
awesome.
there.
Great.
You're gonna love it in there.
We had some of the best cocktails I've
We
had.
did.
Yeah.
Hey, we had some great ones.
And the mixologist, what was his name? PJ, do you remember?
It was PJ.
His PJ.
I don't know what his name was.
But the mixologist was great.
It was very good.
The master distiller, Kevin was
was
awesome.
awesome.
The owner,
Kevin was awesome.
Mr.
Thomas.
Murray, Thomas, was awesome.
Yep.
And it was a great time. Have fun, guys.
These two were awesome. They were cool
Yes.
to me.
Yeah.
PJ is awesome.
And I was going to get to that. PJ is amazing. We've had a wonderful time.
Wonderful time.
And so if you live anywhere in Virginia or like east of the Mississippi, I guess it would be.
East of the Mississippi.
Just drive to Murlarkey and hang out. It's really
Contact
great.
me. I'll hook you up.
Yes.
Yes.
It's fun.
It's
Fun.
Everybody in there was great. Any words,
were.
PJ?
No,
And
you were
now-
right. The staff here was awesome. We had great people, though we can't remember their names. All I remember is Kevin. He was the guy making the booze. We
And
remember
Thomas,
Kevin.
the owner, he's
Yeah,
great
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a busy man.
Even the
He's a
gift
busy
shop
guy.
lady was
The
very
gift shop
cool.
lady was great.
Gift shop lady, she wouldn't say anything. But
This was a fabulous video. Make sure you thumbs up and subscribe because more is coming.
we had a great time. Sorry to cover
Yep.
Tina's face. We had a really good time.
We're headed now to where, guys?
Charlestown. We're gonna do some gambling.
Charlestown, do some
Do
gambling.
some gambling. We're gonna go spend more money.
All right,
Hollywood Casino. Here we come.
we're out of here.